The May meeting for the Planning Commission of the City of Auburn to order. We have roll call, please.
Dana Camp,
Here.
Nanette Reese,
Here.
Robin Bridges,
Here.
Warren McCord,
Here.
Bob Reichenbach,
Here.
Wendy Birmingham,
Here.
David Wisdom, Joseph Astrup,
Here.
Bill Chancellor.
Here.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to open what we call citizens communication. If you have anything you'd like to bring before us that is not on tonight's agenda, please feel free to speak now. Seeing no one, we will close the citizens communication. We do not at this time have any old business, so we will move to the consent agenda items. Consent agenda is made up of 3 items tonight, 2 annexations and 1 final plat, as well as packet meetings from April 8th and regular meeting minutes from April 11th.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. We will move to new business.
Good evening. Your first request tonight is for, or actually your fourth, I guess, is for annexation of approximately 5.1 acres on Ensminger Road. This request is under new business tonight because we are recommending denial as the property is located outside of our optimal boundary. It is contiguous to the city limits on its southern boundary by the property here that was annexed in 2003. This map shows the location of the property in regards to the optimal boundary. It borders the optimal boundary, again, on its southern property line, but is located outside of that boundary. This is the plat that contains this lot. It is 11.6 acres overall, and the property owner is requesting to annex a portion of that, the 5.1 acres. The remaining portion of that lot is in Chambers County and would remain in Chambers County upon the annexation of this property. And again, we're recommending denial. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Thanks. One here to speak on behalf of this lot. Okay. Annexation does not require a public hearing, commissioners. Motion, comments, questions?
I'll make a motion to deny this annexation, AX 2024-012.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carries, but this will be forwarded to City Council on date certain.
21st.
21st. Thank you. Okay.
All right, thank you. So, Foster Street subdivisions for preliminary plat approval for 59 performance lots. So this is 58 single-family detached lots and 1 open space lot. Let me go to the next slide. Yep. So the zoning is NRD. The density is about 6.5, and that they were able to achieve that density through 2 variances that they went to BZA prior to coming to Planning Commission for. So they got a variance on the minimum lot width of 50 feet, and then they got a variance on the minimum lot area. There are several comments that reference some of the lots that need to be corrected to meet the 30-foot lot minimum, or 30-foot lot width minimum, provided that they meet the comments, staff comments. We are forwarding this preliminary plat request to, I'm sorry, the recommendation is for approval. There we go.
And that staff comment is the most important.
No. I'm just kind of going over just since there was a variance request for the minimum lot width, and there was a variance request on the minimum lot area. I just kind of wanted to point it out that there were staff comments kind of concerning them because there are several lots on the preliminary plat that do not meet the minimum lot width of the 30 feet. And so if you had any questions about that, there are comments addressed to that.
Okay.
And I assume the variances allowed more properties here in this area?
For single family detached, yes. And so I guess there were a lot of different configurations kind of considered, whether that be cottage or as a PDD, but there are just several things from just the lot configuration, the size of the lot, and then also some of the setbacks required for some of the different housing types that did not make those viable options, which was the reason that they pursued the variance for this current configuration.
Did they indicate what type of housing they plan on putting on 30-foot wide lots?
Yes. So these are going to be single family detached homes.
In terms of what type of construction?
So I guess the applicants here, they'd like to speak to that, but yeah, so it's going to be single family detached homes, and it's the product it will be for fee simple home ownership, not rental. And so I guess if for type of construction, I mean the applicant can speak to that. So
And can I ask
And not in our purview.
one other question? So what, under NRD, can you refresh my memory on what the allowable density is if it was NRD?
So the density of NRD is actually a lot higher than what they've proposed, just because you can put townhomes there. I want to say,
They could have done a lot by right.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm getting at.
yeah, I want to say it was. I don't want to misspeak. Let me look that up.
Can we talk with the applicant while we're in this,
Applicant,
asking questions? Please.
It's more than 6.5.
A lot more. Yeah.
That answers my question.
Like, can you just speak to the variance request and kind of
Sure.
what that looked like, please, sir?
Give you a quick bit of history on this project. So the owner of this property purchased this property. He is an out-of-town developer, develops a great deal in Nashville, very, very high-end townhomes, mixed-use developments. And he purchased this property with the expectation to bring his product to Auburn. His attorneys looked through the zoning ordinance, understood the by right nature of the property, and he went ahead and purchased it and then contacted me. At which point I forwarded him a copy of the Northwest Auburn Plan. Which kind of changed his outlook. He got down here in a hurry, and we came and met with city staff and went through the plan, went through the Northwest Auburn Plan, and he understood the nature of the community surrounding this property and the needs of it, and went through multiple iterations with staff to try to come to a project that, from what we understand, meets the needs of the surrounding communities, but at the same time would make sense for his purposes. Well, in order to do that, there was a lot of discussion about price point. It was understood that fee simple home ownership was a need in this local community, and since there had been no new units built in some time, so went through the thought process of price point and how to get to that point. And as we all know, the idea of affordable housing today is almost unattainable in the open market. In the public sector, in the private sector, without public funds being involved in some way, shape, form, or fashion, it's almost impossible to get to those price points. Well, he has a product that has before been more of a rental product. It's a set of homes that are 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and 3-bedroom, 2-bath. That he places them on very narrow portions. Typically, they are not fee simple because they are on a single property because they are a rental product. Well, we got the idea of trying to get that product to a fee simple lot. Well, if you can imagine the density restrictions, not based on density, but just the limitations based on the ability to get to a fee simple density that could get price point down due to infrastructure cost was very, very difficult. So the idea was to take these units and place them on lots that did not meet the current requirements of the Auburn zoning ordinance. For that reason, a set of variances was requested from the BZA, granted last month, to get these lots down to a minimum of 30, or minimum of 30 feet in width. There are some of the two-bedroom homes will fit on that. The three-bedroom homes need a little larger lot. There were a couple of lots on here on the plat, as noted in staff comments, that are shown less than 30 feet. I will have to own that. That is a mistake on my staff's part. We were in a rush to get here, and they went by the original schematic layout, and I did not get a chance to check the fact that there were a couple that were less than 30 feet, very easily modified to meet the 30-foot requirement. So, long story short, the applicant or the developer has figured out a way to provide everything that we understand for price point to be affordable housing. The two-bedroom unit is going to be right around 185. The three-bedroom unit is going to be right around 245. And he's figured out a way to work with staff and some of the requirements and some of the requests that were made to bring a product to Auburn that we believe is sorely needed.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Any other questions for applicant?
It was my understanding, I was at the BZA meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
It was my understanding that the variance was given with the condition that these be affordable homes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just wanted to say that for the record.
So it's fee simple, owner occupied, affordable housing, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This does require a public hearing, so we may need you back here in a bit.
Understood. Thank you.
Justice, you want me to make a statement?
Yeah, so before I make a statement, I was kind of concerned with the public hearing. So to answer your question, Commissioner Chancellor, the density for NRD is 8 for performance residential. So just kind of concerning public hearings. So public hearings are really just more of a forum for people to express their opinion for the public to be heard. If you have any questions, please direct them to the Planning Commission. Questions will not be answered during the public hearing. So if you have any questions, please direct them to the commission, and then just remember that there will not be a back and forth during the public hearing, that questions will be answered after the public hearing is closed.
Thank you. And the 5 minutes, is that?
Yep, correct.
Please.
I'd like to condition you guys.
At this time, we'll open the public hearing. Please don't forget to sign in.
Pass these around. I'd like for you guys to take a look at the charts and everything that I'm passing around. These charts came from the Housing and the Urban Development Department in Birmingham, and these incomes were generated for our community, supposedly to fit the needs of the community. First thing I want to emphasize here is, yes, we need affordable housing. Long time ago, back in the day when I worked in this municipality, there was a community CDGB. The city participated. There were properties set aside, there was participation and everything for people that couldn't afford houses to afford housing. But since that time, Auburn has just grown so quick, so fast, so in a hurry, until a lot of people that look like me and these people that showed up at the meetings, which was about 50, about twice or maybe 3 times that many people here, didn't like one thing that was expressed: affordable housing. Who determines what's affordable? Does the developer get with the staff of the city and determine what is affordable for the people, or do you ask the people? The first thing you do if you come to town and you're going to buy a piece of property, you check to see what is economically feasible for that particular location. You don't buy the property. After you buy the property, oh, I made a mistake. Maybe I need to ask for forgiveness rather than permission. And this appears to what has happened. If you look at those incomes, those moderate, medium incomes, we have 3 housing projects in that immediate area. People would love to move out. Some people living in that housing project unit is paying $500, $600, $700. But no real developers are gonna come and buy a piece of property, get with the staff of the city and ask what is the need for the community. The city right now subsidizes about $40,000, $50,000 to be able to afford maybe 5, 6, 7 houses per year. But that's not what we need. We need 25, 30 a year. But the only way these people in Northwest Auburn can afford it is that the developer commits to the people, not ask the staff, to the people, what he is going to do to help justify his variances. He hadn't done any of that. He come later and said didn't bring any PowerPoint or anything to Bell Baptist Church and say, oh, I forgot I left in such a hurry, blah, blah, blah. My hands are up because, and excuses are good for those that make them, my father always told me. And as a developer, you don't do that with a multi-million-dollar project. We'd love to have that in Northwest Auburn. I don't live in Northwest Auburn, but guess what? All of my friends do. And guess what I want for my friends? What I want for myself. I want a decent place, a habitat that I can call home. Someplace where I can build wealth. Someplace where the legacy will live on through my children. But at this rate, we're increasing the density. But we don't have anything definite about the traffic. We don't have anything definite about the parking. We don't have anything definite about the price points. What do we have? A guy that rushes in and says, I'm gonna make it right. We've been duped so much as a people. So why should we trust him? Why should we trust him? You guys are who we are trusting. I move that you table this until a lot of these questions are answered concerning affordable. How does he plan to adjust it? What is he gonna do? Oh, I made another mistake. I gotta bill him at $275,000 for a 2-bed. Think about it, people. Think about it. Most of these people don't work professional jobs. $95,000 out of the question. If they could afford if they made $95,000, guess where they're gonna be? Where some of you guys live, where I live. So think about it. Our only hope is a board like you guys that will help this gentleman, help us make the right decisions. Not just rush to judgment. Oh, I made a mistake, forgive me. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. That's not an answer.
Excuse me.
Thank you.
Yeah, can you set your name and address for
My
the
name
record?
is Lindbergh B. Jackson. I'm in transit, 136 Arrowhead Drive right now, Montgomery, Alabama.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak at the public hearing? Great. If you would still state your name and address. Thank
My
you.
name is Inez Martin, and I live at 502 Bird Street. And I'm concerned about the number of homes he's talking about building over there. On less than 10 acres, you want 58 homes. There would be no parking. Say, for instance, if a family happened to have, a husband and wife happen to have two kids, and eventually all of them gonna have a car. With this little bit of land, you're not gonna be able to park 2 cars. And right now, they just built a whole bunch of houses right up off of Donford Avenue. And the sewer, I guess they didn't do a sewer study, but right up from my house, it was stinking so bad out there, I thought somebody was dead. And the city did come out, and right across from my house is a vacant lot. They had some big tractors and stuff and went down there. It took them 3 weeks to clean that up. But as of now, you can still smell if the wind is blowing a certain way, you can still smell the stink coming from there. And another thing, when we get ready to go out, if I happen to have an early doctor's appointment, if I'm leaving home about 7:30, when I get up to the end of the road on Bird Street, if I'm making that left turn, it gonna take me maybe 15 minutes to hurry up and run out there to try to, get in. And they hadn't done a study on how many, and all those people, it was 100 and something apartments, they call them cottages or whatever, up on that hill where I'm talking about, that all those people feed into there to go down Bird Street so they can go on campus or wherever they work. And I just think it's just too many more houses to be cramped in that little bit of space.
Thank you, ma'am.
Julia Allen. I live at the end of Tucker, and the sewage is horrible. It really needs to be fixed. It runs over at no particular time, but it smells horrible. And it's been doing that since I've been living over there, about 17 years. It smells really bad. So that needs to be done. And I don't know if the houses on the hill is running into that sewage, but at times and for a good while, it smells. They put lime down so it doesn't smell so bad at that point, but that's just a temporary fix. They need to do something with the sewage.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
My name is Geraldine Pitts, and as I said last time we was here, that I live on the Jones Street property. And I know that they have houses going in the back of my house. And what I wanted to know, would there be a privacy fence that will, from my backyard, they can't walk into my backyard from their backyard? And when they start the work, the construction work, will there be, where will they park the equipment? What time will they start in the morning? And what effect will it have on the neighborhood that's already there? The traffic flow coming in from Slaughter Street, will it go straight through Slaughter? Or what's the deal with that? So we know that some of those people have just very little length in the land, when it comes to coming out of their yard. And if they have more traffic there, that's gonna hold them up because their yard will be right in the line of that traffic. And another thing would be the school children. People gonna have children going to school that time of morning, and some of the kids run and play, how kids do. And I'm concerned that with all that traffic going to Auburn University, work, and everywhere else, and my concern is the kids and the families that live in that area. Let alone an emergency, a fire, or somebody gets sick, and you have cars coming through, cars parked on the side of the road. Those are the questions that I have. Yeah. Okay, that's mostly it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak? Seeing no one, I'll close.
wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Good evening. My name is Mary Moore, and I have property at 913 Slaughter Street here in Auburn. And one concern, we was at a meeting the other night, was the traffic flow. It is my understanding that the traffic flow for that area wouldn't be a problem, considering the fact that these affordable housings should be coming up in that area, possibly coming up in that area. And, you know, we're moving into a new era. 5 years from now, you look at the fact of things are really going to change. And that's living, you know, array of living, people moving in and out, and the new homes that's coming up for the area, for the Foster subdivision, is kind of be a little tight. I don't like the fact that, as one of the citizens that's concerned about the property, it's the children too. I'm concerned about the children for the school route, the cars and stuff going in and out. It's such a small area. I can't imagine 58, 59 houses coming up in that area to be a reckoning condition for affordable housing. I'm concerned about the funding. If there's a family that's wanting to move and have one of these affordable housing, some, like myself, I don't have that kind of money. Can I get it from you? Can I come to the board and, you know, the BZA and say, hey, I need some money to get one of these affordable housing? I would love to have one. And I'm sure, you know, you want your property to look good. I mean, it's been there for a long time. People was raised there years and years ago. And you speak upon the fact that, okay, there's another memory. It's gone. So I understand that property's got to be used. It's got to be taken for some reason or another to say, well, I moved and gone away for a while, and I come back, and I'm like, wow, look at this. That's where I used to live. But they got that big fine home like that. Why didn't I think about that before I left? Because I left for a reason. I didn't have the funds to do it for whatever it would have cost back then. And certainly I wouldn't have the funds to do it. I'm very concerned about the funding for the ones that might want to be owner of one of these affordable housing, and for the children. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Have you already signed in, ma'am? Thank you. Anyone else like to speak on the public hearing? Seeing no one, I'll close the public hearing. And I will reiterate that we are looking at a preliminary plat that meets or exceeds our current ordinances with the pre-approved variances.
I guess if we,
Let's go ahead and address some of the questions.
Yeah.
So we
There we
need
go.
the applicant back up, first
Mr.
of all.
Rice.
One of the questions was about parking for these homes. If you'll answer that.
Yes, ma'am. I'll do the best I can to answer as many as I can. The parking, each one of these homes will have a two-car driveway. I mean, that's what is predominantly given in most subdivisions inside the city. I don't, I would have to ask staff, obviously, about the sewer questions. I don't know of any sewer issues, but hope not to contribute to them. You know,
The privacy fence.
yes, ma'am. Unknown at this time, what we are attempting to do is leave as much buffer as possible around this property. You can see what has gone on is we have attempted to put all of the open space kind of on the perimeter of the property, and our goal right now is to not touch that open space at all, is to leave it wooded, trying to mitigate the fact that, yes, this is a very, very dense single-family subdivision, so trying to give some wooded area into it. I am not sure where Mrs. Pitts' property is exactly. I imagine there will be some that fences will be needed. There will be others that will be trying to be left wooded, and any any reduction of that, significant reduction of that area would be needed for fencing, but I can certainly talk to the developer about it.
And my last question that I heard Ms. Pitts was concerned with was the construction flow of construction vehicles in and out of the site?
Yes, ma'am. Construction vehicles have to be brought in. They will be placed onto the site. You know, the City of Auburn staff does a pretty good job of policing construction sites and making sure that workers are not parking on existing public streets. As soon as the site can get cleared to a point where they need to get on, if on any projects that I am handling from a project management standpoint, we attempt to, you know, go ahead and stabilize an area on the site where construction vehicles can be parked. Construction equipment obviously will remain on the site, but we try to get people off the public roads. But city staff does a pretty good job of making sure that happens as well.
And each lot is required to have what setbacks, front and back?
Front and back,
It's very small. I
cannot
see it.
remember offhand. I don't believe it's 25, well, it's gonna be 25, yeah.
Off the
Because
front?
there was no front yard or rear yard setback variance requested, so it's gonna be
It's 20, sorry, 20.
Okay, thank you.
20 on the front and the rear and 5 on the sides.
Okay.
Got a question. Another thing that was mentioned was traffic. You know, and we have the city is pretty good about, especially when you have something that looks like it's this large, there's gonna be a traffic study. Is that a fair assumption? Not in this case? Why don't we have a traffic study for this one?
Our threshold for single-family detached homes is 70 dwelling units before we require a traffic study, and this one is 58. So it's just under our thresholds.
And all improvements have been done to 14 MLK?
Yeah,
As far
based
as
on
her
the
turning
existing
left.
roadway network, I don't anticipate any improvements needed. But it's definitely something we can look at a little bit closer to see if Foster Street has very good access, Bird Street has good access as well. And we are recommending more connectivity, the Jones Street connection, to help distribute the traffic a little bit better.
So let me go back to my question then. So no traffic study, but can I get you to maybe just say a little bit about what the purpose of the traffic study is in general? Because it seems to me we're really close. We might have a acute traffic problem here. Why don't we just have a look? But what does a traffic study normally try to accomplish?
So primarily the purpose of a traffic study is looking at our peak hour impacts. So that's usually our morning and afternoon peaks. It also looks at any off-site improvements that may be needed, say a right turn deceleration lane, left turn lane, or traffic signal. Ideally, the development does not cause adverse impacts on our infrastructure. If so, then they have to provide mitigation for that.
Okay.
Be it, again, additional infrastructure or reducing the impact, which would be reducing the density.
Okay, all right, that helps, thanks.
Sure.
Okay.
But, one of the other things that was mentioned is price point, and how much will this price point that was described vary by market conditions that come into play?
That's not what we're here to discuss tonight.
No?
That is not in our purview to discuss.
Well, I've got a question that's not necessarily relevant to this subdivision plat, but based on some of the
good.
comments I've been hearing, there's some concerns about, is the developer willing to help, since these are gonna be owner-occupied houses, this is gonna be an owner-occupied neighborhood, will they work with them to help them form a homeowners association so they can help deal with some of these neighborhood issues that you talk about?
So I can actually absolutely speak to that, Mr. McCord. So the plan here, one of the other items that we discussed at length when we did talk about price point in general was, and affordability, was how you deal with the cost of an HOA. And the cost of an HOA, I'm sure many people on this commission live in a HOA covered community, and there are costs associated with it. And typically, if you'll go and look at your own HOAs, a significant portion of the cost of an HOA is the operations of an HOA. Not only the actual cutting of grass on common areas or maintenance of any areas like that, but also just the cost of operations. So what has transpired on this one is an attempt to specifically not form an HOA, simply to save the buyers the cost of the HOA itself. So the proposal is to take covenants and restrictions that would normally be part of an HOA and place them as deed restrictions on the lots, and empower the buyers themselves to enforce those deed restrictions the same way an HOA would, should an HOA member choose not to comply. Their only avenue is to take them to court. And that is the same avenue that the local buyers would have, just without the cost of an HOA.
And that would help with the traffic and parking on and off the street. Yes.
Interesting.
My question is not for applicant, it is for water and sewer.
Yes.
If we can find out what's actually happening.
Correct. As far as our model goes, we're not showing any capacity issues in that area. We did have some issues there last fall. We had a couple of overflows that have been addressed, but I'm not aware of any ongoing problems. We will reach out to these citizens and see what their concerns are and try to address them. So.
Okay.
Okay, and I have one more question, and it's not for the applicant. It's for actually Ms. Frazier. There was a question, I believe you answered this the other day for me, but I just wanted you to state it. It was from, I believe, Ms. Pitts. She wanted to know if Slaughter Street was going straight through.
Yes, sorry, I was looking at my map.
That's
Slaughter Street is the bottom street on the map, and it will connect to the existing stub out of Slaughter Street. No, is that the question? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think in the meeting she was asking if it's going to continue west.
Oh, continue west. Thank
Continue
you.
west,
Yeah, our
yes.
recommendation is to make that a cul-de-sac because it will not continue west. Thank you.
Okay.
Dan. Thanks, Dan.
All right.
The Dunford extension, which is the northernmost street, would connect over at some point, potentially.
At some point, okay. I just wanted to get that question answered.
Thank you.
Answered. Okay.
Thank you. Any more questions for applicant and/or anyone else? Staff. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioners, open for motions or comments?
Well, this is, with the variances, it is my understanding this subdivision does meet the technical requirements of our subdivision regulations. I do think this public hearing has aired some things that is very important to the community and should be taken into consideration as we move on. But with that said, I move that this preliminary plat be approved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. One word, if you would like, is it being it's not being forwarded to city council?
No,
It's
not
just
being forwarded to
us
city
only.
council. Yeah, it's
Stops
just
here.
for the
Got it,
plat.
sorry. Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Good evening. The next item on this agenda is a preliminary plat request for a 10-lot performance residential subdivision of townhomes located along Downs Way in the Longleaf Crossing subdivision and College Crossing Plan Development District. It is west of Downs Court. The vicinity map isn't great, but it's to the south of Longleaf Drive. The, request is for 10 townhome lots. with the application, the applicant provided a updated master plan for the College Crossing PDD. This was a condition set forth in the final plat the Planning Commission approved, FP 2022-004 of Longleaf Crossing Phase 5C. So it was an updated master plan to show the existing build-out of the development, and then the current, as the developer understands, proposed network in the future with an updated unit count. And the density for the proposed subdivision is 12.3 units an acre. However, the average density for the main development within the PDD is 5.5, which is well under the maximum in the base zone, as well as it aligns with the density approved in the original PDD. Staff recommends approval. We do have some comments of note. For one, a minimum of 15% open space will need to be added to the plat, and we ask that a updated master plan continue to be updated in further developments that just include that extra unit count and the lots configured. Engineering has also asked for a comprehensive traffic impact study under the next proposed phase of subdivision, and to have sidewalk completed along Downs Way. A portion of Downs Way, that is. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Is the applicant here? Okay. So sorry. This does require a public hearing. I will go ahead and open that at this time if you would like to speak to the Longleaf Phase 7. Seeing no one, we will close the public hearing. Commissioners?
Motion to approve PP 2024, case number 6.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
All right. The next two cases on your agenda are for the Mims Trail PDD. The first request is for a base rezoning from rural to development district housing, and then the applicant has requested a PDD overlay on top of that acreage. We are recommending denial of both of the applications, strictly because the zoning of DDH does not align with the future land use designation of the property of rural. Here is the prox map for the property. You'll see it is now rural, and it is adjacent to the the Summit PDD, which has informally become known as the Mims Trail PDD, so that might be a little confusing. But this would be a separate development from that PDD. And then we've got some NC9 down to the south, LDD, DDH, and rural, along with property that's outside of the city limits to the west. This map shows the future land use of the properties along Mill Creek Road. Low to medium density residential allows an average of 6 units an acre. The medium to high density residential is split, but it permits an average of 8 dwelling units an acre for 75% of the property. And then 25% of the property, it would allow 16 dwelling units per acre. The rural designation permits 1 dwelling unit for every 3 acres. And that's all I have for this one. I'm happy to discuss the PDD now if you'd like for me to, or we can do that next.
Commissioners, do you feel like that would be? Okay, we won't take one at a time.
Okay.
Good evening.
Billy Cleveland, 1153 Rock Fence Road. I'd like to point out just a few things that we'd like you to take under consideration. First of all, the future land use plan has not been updated in several years. And one other thing that's stated in the comprehensive plan is that it is advisory in nature. As Amber pointed out, the property is surrounded by developments of equal or greater density than what we're proposing. For instance, the Summit, which is now commonly known as the Mims Trail, is about 300 acres, and it has the same density that we're proposing here, which is 2.4 acres, 2.4 units per acre. And then the property immediately to the south is zoned NC9, which would allow 5 units per acre, neighborhood conservation 9,009. Most important point that I want to make is that a sanitary sewer lift station has been constructed on this property that will make sewer available to this property. And the lift station is located on the property. It was designed in cooperation with the city sewer department, and it was sized to accommodate the density that we are proposing on these 65 acres and to accommodate the development of the additional phases of Mims Trail. And in addition, the property located to the north and west that is undeveloped off of Mill Creek Road. So that's the most important point. Sewer has not been available. It was not available when the land use plan was adopted back in, or last amended in 2018, and now sewer is available. The zoning ordinance clearly states in 906.01 the standards for map developments. No rezoning of land from the rural district to development district housing shall be permitted except upon a specific and documented finding, and I'm skipping over, of a major change such as the construction of a major road or the installation of a sewer line. So those are the points I'd like to make. Brett's going to make some other observations. Any questions?
Thank you.
Can you pull that exhibit?
Good evening.
Good evening, Brett Baskin, Foresight Group, representing Mr. Cleveland. All right, so this is the future land use map. One of the things to kind of note is along our southeastern boundary of this particular property is Choctawalla Creek. You know what I mean? And Chewacla Creek, I'm sorry, not Choctawalla, that's the wrong side of town. That's south side, southwest. All right, yeah, I'm sorry, Chewacla. So Chewacla Creek is more of the natural delineation here to separate rural from the rest of this other area. Again, like Mr. Cleveland said, this lift station that was installed on this property that's serving this property, Mims Trail, and the Upper Basin, essentially all the area in green northwest of us is what we were required to design the lift station to. So we designed a lift station to accommodate Mims Trail, this parcel, and then we're asked to increase the capacity of that to serve this other property to the northwest there at a density of DDH. And so, you know, the whole thing is that sewer's planned and constructed there, and now we have a future land use map change or request for a change, which is in line with what the zoning ordinance says. The property across the street from us on Mill Creek is low to medium density residential, up to 5 units an acre. We're half of that density. And the Mims Trail density that's next to us is right in line. So my point to you is, you know, the future land use map should change. I know that it was being contemplated as 1 acre lots. But if it was at 1 acre lots, why were we designed to design a lift station to 5 units per acre? We have $750,000 in a lift station and in a force main. And so if our density is going to be rural at 1 unit per 3 acres, you know, it's kind of like who's reimbursing us for all the capacity we just created in a lift station? It just doesn't make any sense. Will you go to the next one, please? So here's the zoning map. So to the south of us is NC8. That's Mr. Duffner's property. He can do 5 units an acre right there, right now, and can do it tomorrow if he wanted to. You know, across the street from us, essentially Auburn Links has just been annexed and rezoning 20 units at a time, coming in and filling in the whole west side of Mill Creek as well. So my point is it's not like we're creating or spot zoning this piece of property within this area. We have LDD down in Parkerson Mill that's at the southwest corner of Mill Creek and Sand Hill. And again, if you look at the creek being the natural buffer, that natural buffer is there separating Duffner's NC8 zoning from the rural on the other side, just like on our piece as well. So we just think that that's appropriate based upon the changes of sewer being available and on just mixing with the adjacent zonings that are in us. And then next one. And then this is just a summary exhibit that I thought was pretty interesting and kind of just shows you what's the density around us. You know, Mims Trail at 2.4, we have Links Crossing up there at 3, Parkerson Mill down at the intersection is at 2 units per acre. You know, there's parts of Mill Creek up there, Magnolia Gardens, that are up at 4.5 units per acre. So it's not like we're crazy density compared to what's in the area around us and what's on our side of the creek. That kind of separates, from my mind, what's rural and what should be low to medium density residential. Again, that's all I got to say on the rezoning of DDH. I'll have more on the PDD. I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. This does require a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak about the rezoning request. Seeing no one, we'll close the public hearing. Commissioners, questions, comments?
Well, I can see why the staff has made its recommendations, but I also think that we as a board are here to exercise judgment and to make sure that we're looking after the resources of the city, and when a development makes sense within the context of the surrounding area, that we should think about greater density than simply 1 acre lots. 1 acre lots means that we're pushing development further away from the city. And I think in this particular situation that it makes sense to have this.
I'm kind of perplexed that we haven't heard about this sewer lift station. You know, how did that get? How does that process work? You go to the developer and say, build a lift station that supports the development? I mean, how did that happen? Now we're ready for this new development to happen, but we're sitting here saying, land use plan doesn't say it
That's
works.
city leadership decisions and staff decisions and budget. That's not under our purview, correct?
I still like to know the answer
But
though.
the
How
fact
the
that the
process
sewer
work.
is there is.
Sure. When the first phase came in, a pump station site was located. There was discussion about other areas, other basins, or other regions that could serve in subsequent phases. And at that time, Water Resource Management asked that they size it appropriately. You know, if their contention is to fully develop that property, this pump station needs to be built to handle it now, because once you build it and you build the force main, you can't go back, you'd have to go back and reconstruct the whole thing if you wanted to develop this at a higher density.
Well, yeah, that all logically makes sense. You know,
Right.
That's what I'd
So-
want to do.
So it was just mutually agreed that's how they would design it.
And the fact that water and sewer is available should you.
But at the
or
fact of
choose.
the matter, at the time, that particular property wasn't, I mean, the land use plan said, no, we're going to leave it rural.
Well, I don't have that timeline.
Well, that land use plan was done five years ago.
2018.
That needs to be updated
Oh,
and
that's
all that.
6 years ago.
But the phase they're working on now would have required a pump station regardless. So it was upsized as a mutual agreement, so.
Okay.
I move that we approve case RZ 2024-003.
Second.
To move forward with approval to city council.
Yes.
Okay, just clarification. I have a motion and a second. Let's do roll call, please.
Robin Bridges,
Aye.
Dana Kemp,
Aye.
Phil Chancellor,
I'd like to abstain.
David Wisdom,
Aye.
Warren McCord,
Aye.
Nanette Reese,
Aye.
Bob Reichenbach,
Aye.
Wendy Birmingham,
Aye.
Joseph Astrup.
Aye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Motion carries.
Before we leave this completely, let me ask staff. Now, our next land use plan is scheduled to be done when?
Great question. Great question.
What I'm saying is, I normally like to hold to our land use plan, but our land use plan is 5 or 6 years old. A lot of changes have taken place in there, including the lift station and pump station and so forth. So I think that was a relevant reason to go override our land use plan. But I'm not advocating that as a practice. I'm asking us, this suggests we need to do some serious land use examination in this particular area.
I would also like to say that, density within an urban corridor is a good thing. And so therefore, having these 1 acre lots within really what is a very drivable distance is not a good thing. That is, what we want is density with an urban corridor. And so therefore, anytime you have the capacity to build density because of infrastructure, we should be planning to do so, even if that means turning it over from rural to some other designation in terms of the long-term plan.
Well, it's rural mainly because we didn't have the sewer out there to begin with, and it was near the Chihuahua
We do
State
now,
Park.
that's my point.
Right, so, yeah.
We now do.
Okay. Thank you. That was great commentary. Next.
All right. The next application is for the PDD overlay for the subject property we just considered. The PDD requires a master development plan for the property, and this is it. It shows 157 residential lots, 89 single-family, and, don't know how to work this, and 68 townhomes here. The property will be connected through the Summit PDD from Shropshire Drive here and Mims Trail. But again, they will remain separate developments. Engineering has recommended has made the comment to make the connections here. This proposed road, I believe it's 2 to Shropshire, and proposed road 1 to the existing Mims Trail Road. And those roads will have sidewalks along them. That's about it. The applicant has shown 54% of the property to be open space, which is about 35 acres, when they are required 30% open space. So a bit more than what's required.
This does require a public hearing. I would like to go ahead and open that at this time. You would like to speak to the Planned Development District. Seeing no one, we'll close that. And commissioners, if you have questions?
Can I just speak about the road connections real
It's
quick?
your turn.
On the road connections, the bottom road connection there where we have these 2 cul-de-sac off, there's a significant creek that runs through there. There's also significant grade change. From those cul-de-sac bulbs down to the creek is 60 feet of fall from both sides. I mean, these are cliffhangers. Really, these units that back up to Plan South have a view that's probably like none other here. I mean, they sit up real high, and you have in the bottoms down way below you. You can see for days up there. But there's so much topo change. I mean, the reason why we have 54% open space on this project is not because that's the most financial best way to maximize density on this lot. We have a ton of streams and wetlands. We have a lot of rock, and we also have a ton of topo. This whole area to the south here is almost like a big 2-to-1, 3-to-1 slope that's just essentially planted pines. It's practically infeasible. If we tried to put a crossing through there, we're going to be piping that whole stream, which, a lot of times everybody gives us a hard time for getting rid of streams and wetlands for new development. We're trying to save it in these particular locations. So we really do have a topographic hardship there that the connection won't work. It's just not feasible to do. In regards to the other one, we were trying to separate our different housing types. That's why we didn't want them connected. We were hoping that we were going to have, because these townhomes are front-loaded, we were trying to force the people who were going to be accessing the back of the existing Mims Trail neighborhood to cut through the area where we have single-family in a little bit more spacing. And so we were trying to force them going through that main direction, then going up through the townhomes, which would have been the further drive in there. You know, can we make it work? We probably could, but we were trying to, again, separate our housing types and try to prevent the townhome area from being a cut through to the back of Mims Trail neighborhood. But other than that, those are engineering comments number 3 and 4.
Will you clarify which one is, like, number 3?
Number 3
one
is the creek crossing. Number 4 is the connection of the townhome road to the other road.
Just in case.
In case you have a preference of one or the other, whatever, okay? Yeah, 3 is the one that is the topographic issue, okay? Thank you.
Commissioners, questions?
Could we ask engineering why they wanted to have that road through that particular area? Particularly through the creek?
We love connectivity.
Connectivity, obviously, but
There you go.
a whole lot there.
There you go, connectivity. And this would connect to the overall Mims Trail subdivision.
The first one does not, I mean, Shropshire, or however you say that.
I mean, it connects through.
Okay.
To the overall Mims Trail.
Okay.
But did you consider the fact that there is considerable environmental disruption if you do that?
Yeah.
No?
No.
We want it if we can get it.
Can engineer anything.
That's a fact.
I move to approve RZ 2023-004.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, though, but to forward to city council for approval.
Correct.
With or without engineering comment number 3?
It's just a
Without.
forward, those are just comments, they're not conditions, right? So you just forward for approval.
All right.
Yeah, I guess we talked about it earlier today. Let me back up. Comments function as conditions.
So
Is
without
that,
comment.
is that
Back and
new?
forth on my
No,
goodness.
not new. Not new. They.
Okay.
Well, the words are new to us.
The
We've
words
gone
are
back
new,
and forth
yeah.
a lot.
The words are new. Okay, so I'm going to forward to city council the recommendation for approval and striking
Number 3.
number 3 under engineering services.
And number 4.
And number 4.
And number 4, correct. Yes, thank you, Joe.
Okay, so we have amended a motion
Second.
to forward to city council without engineering comment 3 and 4.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Chairperson.
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you.
Excuse me, can I just ask a question? I think I heard you approve the amendment. Did you approve the initial motion?
There was not a formal amendment from the person who made the original motion.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, Scott, for fumbling that.
For this item, we have a request for a recommendation to City Council on a conditional use for a commercial and entertainment use of a package store to be located at 316 North Donahue Drive. The subject property is located in the Corridor Redevelopment West District and is Lot 1 and 2A of the Heritage Park subdivision. The property is currently vacant. It is the former Family Dollar that has been inoperable for about a year and a half now. We have a historical site plan on file. This was not provided by the applicant, and it just shows the configuration of the site as it currently sits, with the Family Dollar building the south of the property. It is approximately 8,000 square feet and the applicant has disclosed to us that they wish to turn the property into a neighborhood grocery and package store use. Neighborhood grocery is permitted by rights, but they need the conditional use approval for the package store. They would parapet the building into 2 separate storefronts, with the grocer on one side and the package store on the other, a 50-50 split. Staff recommends approval with conditions that the lots be consolidated through an administrative subdivision, and that the use of a package store be no more than 4,000 square feet of building floor space area. It is in line with the future land use plans, with the Northwest Auburn neighborhood plan, and we find that it's overall contextually appropriate, given that there are other package stores nearby, as near as the Wiegels gas station across the street. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Oh, I didn't know they had alcohol there. I didn't know there was a, on the same block. Thank you. This does require a public hearing. If you would like to speak on the package store conditional use. Seeing no one, we'll close the public hearing. Commissioners?
Move to forward case CU 2024-16 to City Council with recommendation for approval
Subject to.
With conditions.
with conditions.
I thought they were called comments.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Aye.
Oh, aye. No, yes.
No.
I am also opposed.
We have 2 noes. Is that okay? Do you need a roll call?
We'll do a roll call.
Okay.
Robin Bridges,
No.
Dana Camp,
Aye.
Phil Chancellor,
Yes?
David Wisdom,
Yes.
Warren McCord,
Yes.
Nanette Reese,
Yes.
Bob Reichenbaugh,
Yes.
Wendy Birmingham,
Yes.
Joseph Astrup.
No.
Thank you.
All right, this request is for conditional use approval of a road service use, specifically auto repair and paint and body work. It is located west of South College Street, and it is within the South College Corridor District zoning district. As you can see, a lot of the surrounding uses to the south, the east, and the west are also within this zoning district, and to the north is the holding district zoning district that is owned by Auburn University. The property is also located within the Gateway Corridor Commercial Future Land Use designation, which is designated to accommodate a mix of commercial uses along South College Street. As you can see here on the site plan, this is proposed to be an approximately 12,500 square foot building for auto repair and the paint and body work, and it's located on 1.91 acres. The proposed use is consistent with the zoning designation and the future land use designation, as well as a lot of the adjacent commercial uses being a broad mix of commercial. So with that, staff is recommending approval of this request.
Okay.
No conditions.
Okay. This does require a public hearing. I will open that now. If you would like to speak to conditional use on this. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Connor Patton. I'm with Kimley Horn. I'm the civil engineer representing Old Egg McDonald, the developer of this proposed Caliber Collision Auto Body Shop. Thank you for the intro. Just wanted to add a couple points in here, just kind of based on the conditions of the conditional use permit and looking at the district requirements. And just wanted to confirm all work will be done within the doors, or within the building with the doors shut. And then the typical hours, typical store of Caliber Collision has in their fleet is 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and they're typically closed on the weekends. So if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. Thank you.
Anyone else like to speak at the public hearing? I will close the public hearing. Commissioners?
Move to approve 2024-017, forward to City Council with a recommendation for approval.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. That is our last. Do we have any business?
No business, but I guess I'll just take this moment to kind of clarify how comments work. That way, just kind of moving forward, we're all kind of on the same page. So just kind of in the process, when someone submits something, staff reviews it, and then staff just kind of makes comments on it. And so oftentimes comments are corrections. So in the process, like when something before it, let's say it gets conceptual approval here, then they'll submit plans for final approval. And so in that process, to get to final approval, it's a work in progress of working to address the comments. Now, some of them are real obstacles, and then that maybe they either have to consider a different entrance or like a different configuration or what have you. But comments do have to be addressed. Very rarely are they suggestions or like, I think this maybe could make it better. Even something as simple as this is not official if this doesn't have a scale on it, if it doesn't have a seal on it. So comments do have to be resolved, and so everything that's kind of working up to the like final approval process, it's them working to resolve a lot of the comments or come to an agreement with staff. Okay, well, I don't think I can make this. Does this work? And so like they are comments. They function as conditions that must be met for approval, though.
Excellent, thank you. I'm supposed to move for adjournment.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.